Meenal Murali has been ruling the Netflix India page for a few days now, and it's our very own Indian superhero movie. So obviously I had to watch it. It is also the first Malayalam movie I ever saw, so it's special for me in that sense too. The movie is directed by Basil Joseph, and it is about this part flamboyant, part loser called Jason living in this small rural town who gets hit by lightning and develops these amazing superpowers. This will be my spoiler-free review of the movie where I will talk about whether this superhero movie actually has anything super in it or not. The movie starts with a flashback scene which I really liked, and I thought it sets the premise and the intrigue very nicely. But then it's followed by some childish comedy scenes to introduce the main characters. The comedy at the start felt kind of outdated to me personally, but thankfully it gets better as the movie moves forward, and especially in the second act the humor is really great. I found myself laughing my ass off numerous times throughout the movie, and it really surprised me as I was thinking this will be a out and out superhero action movie. But the most dominant element in the movie is in fact comedy, followed by emotional drama, and then comes the action stuff. So it is not your general superhero movie. It plays out very differently. I think the first real conflict between the protagonist and the antagonist comes after 90 minutes or so in the movie, which is so damn long, especially for a superhero movie where the story generally starts off with a conflict. The movie is named after our hero Meenal Murali, but it actually has two major characters and both their arcs follow very different routes. Jason's arc starts very comedy heavy, silly and light. Shibu, the other major character in the movie, his arc is much more serious, emotionally heavy and heartfelt. So it feels like the movie is working in two different planes parallelly and juggles between them really nicely. Tovino Thomas plays Jason, also known as Meenal Murali, our titular hero, and I thought he did a decent job. He was really strong in comedy scenes and was charming enough to sell his character. I did feel though that his acting felt short in some emotional scenes. There is this big reveal scene for Jason's character, and it's kind of an important scene in the movie, but I was not able to buy Thomas's reaction and acting in that scene. I felt it was weak and it made the whole scene much less impactful than it should have been. But you know what was impactful? The character of Shibu. Dude, I loved this character. And Guru Somasundaram, take a bow, good sir. The acting done by this man was on another level. It's like he was just working on a different frequency altogether from the rest of the movie. And I must say this all could be achieved due to the near perfect writing done on this character. I was extremely invested and moved by Shibu's arc. He is by far the biggest strength of the movie. The scenes where Shibu discovers his abilities and he realizes what he can do with them, the twinkle in his eyes during these scenes and the smile on his face, it was so real, it was so authentic. It was just a sight to behold. The character had this unique blend of sweetness and madness, which Somasundaram portrayed flawlessly. Superhero movies generally struggles to give us great villains, but bro, here it is done so much better than even many of the MCU movies. The chemistry between the characters of Jason and Shibu was nice too. How their paths collide and the little game of cat and mouse between them was really enjoyable. There is this scene where they confront each other face to face for the first time, and it has such a great build up and tension which I thoroughly enjoyed. Now let's talk about the superhero element of the movie. It was sweet, it was not special. There are just a few too many superhero cliches used. Like the scenes where Jason discovers his powers for the first time. It felt like I've seen those scenes 100 times before. Also, there is this big hero moment scene involving a bus hanging on a cliff and Meenal Murali trying to save it, which felt not that fresh. And I was blown away by the absurd physics used in this scene. In one particular sequence, a small girl slides down the bus and gets stuck at the edge of the bus over the cliff. But the way she hangs there doesn't make any sense considering the angle from which she falls and where she gets stuck. I don't know why I found it funny, and you have to see it with your own eyes to get what I'm talking about. There are some other scenes like this too. Like this scene where Jason pushes a guy against a hard rock wall of a water well, but instead of the guy getting splattered on the wall, which is the most likely outcome when someone is shoved with super strength, this guy just forms a human shaped hole on the wall and falls in the well, getting a few fractures. Moments like these add to the humor, yes, but make the movie a bit cartoony and results in viewers like me not taking the superhero side of the movie very seriously. Talking about the story now, I thought the plot of the movie was fairly strong, especially the second act. I thought the starting was good, the ending was a bit weak and very rushed, but the middle part was where the magic happened. The humor and the drama is at the peak during the second act, and the writing is very tight. I loved every bit of the second act. There are some plot holes and conveniences here and there which I kinda expected and I didn't mind much. The second act ends with a big ass scene which shocked me because I was not expecting something like that to happen in a movie which was going comparatively very light up till that point. But that scene hit me hard. Unfortunately, the movie goes downhill from there and the final act is a complete mess. The big fight between the hero and the villain is as generic as it gets, and the whole sequence felt rushed and unenjoyable. Even the closing scenes of the movie felt all over the place and very hasty. The action scenes are very ordinary and the CGI is very okayish. I am okay with the okayish CGI considering the limited budget of the movie, but I think the action choreography could have been much better. Visually, the movie offers nothing special. Cinematography is nothing to write home about. It's not bad and it doesn't really damages the movie experience. But if it was up a few notches, it definitely would have elevated the fantasy element of the movie. One aspect which I just couldn't stand was the horrible makeup used throughout the movie. It literally pissed me off in a few scenes. It looked like they had these cheap stickers for blood and burn injuries which they pasted all over people's faces to show they were hurt. It was awful. The music was something that was good, but I thought they could have reduced the number of songs a bit. Also, the runtime of 2.5 hours felt too overstretched and could have been reduced significantly. So I think I've talked a lot about this movie and covered most of the points I wanted to discuss. In conclusion, Meenal Murali is not your typical superhero movie. As said earlier, the superhero / fantasy element of this movie is lot less dominant compared to the humor and drama side, and that actually works for the movie. The movie has an amazing antagonist who you will not forget very easily. I loved the fact that they didn't try to westernize or unnecessarily upscale the story. They made a very grounded, character-driven story based in a small rural town and stuck to their guns till the end. The grounded premise of the movie worked very well for it. Yes, it had some problems, but it was still an enjoyable watch for me. I'm gonna give Meenal Murali a 4 out of 6. So guys, that was my review of the movie. If you have seen it, let me know in the comments below how did you like it. As always, if you liked the video, do strike that like and don't forget to subscribe. Be safe, take care of yourselves. I will see you in the next one. Till then, bye bye.